Hi, I'm Kaylee, and today I'm going to try a chapter. In case you didn't know, Books for MKs is a charity that donates books to missionary kids. If you want to donate to the kids, you can do so at GoFundMe.com. There's a link down in the description, there's a button at the end of this video, and there's a button right up here where you can click to donate to the kids. And don't forget to click on that subscribe button and on the little bell to be notified every time that I post a new video. So I have an entire bookshelf filled with what I call my get rid of it books. These are books that I bought at library book sales for 50 cents or $1, and they're cover buys and books that I thought, it's only a quarter, I might as well buy it, you know, it's just kind of a throwaway book. But now I just have so many of them. There's like 200 something of these get rid of it books. And so I'm trying to get rid of some of them. So I am doing the try a chapter method, where I choose 5 books from that get rid of it shelf. I read just the first chapter of each one, or maybe like the first 20 or 30 pages. You know, I kind of just do whatever I feel like with each book, I guess, really. But I read the first little bit. And then I have to get rid of at least one of them. At least one of them has to be not gonna read this, get rid of it, it's out of here, and then I read the remaining 4. That rule isn't really set in stone. I mean, if there were 2 of them that I didn't like and I wanted to get rid of, that would be fine. Or if I loved all 5 of them and wanted to read them all, that would be fine too. So I'm gonna show you the 5 books that I have chosen. And then I'm gonna sit down and read the first chapter or the first 20 or 30 pages of each, and then we will decide. So the first one I have here is I Am Mordred, A Tale from Camelot by Nancy Springer. So apparently this is, you know, the King Arthur tales and everything, except it's told from Mordred's perspective. I have read other books by this author, not fantasy though. I've read some of her other children's books, but I don't think this is a children's book. So we will see. I kind of feel like I'm not really sure if I'm going to like this author outside of the genre and age group that I have previously read her in. I don't know why. Maybe it's just kind of like an instinct kind of thing. I like this author's writing that I've seen before, but it's a different genre. Not really sure. The next one is Under the Autumn Star. This is translated from Norwegian. I have no clue where this came from. I don't think I bought this. I think maybe my sister bought this for me or something. I have no clue what it's about. I just don't know. No idea at all. It's very short and small, and it's Norwegian. That's kind of cool. We'll just have to see. The next one is The Mozart Season. This is by Virginia Ewers-Wolf. Now, I picked this up and bought it originally because it's about a musician. And I'm a musician and I love the piano. This is actually about a violinist, though. You can see she's carrying a violin on the cover. But I did take 3 years of violin in college, so if any sort of violin-related terminology came up, I think I would be able to follow along with that. And it looks like it's middle grade, or maybe, no, it says 11 and up, so middle grade. And probably a coming of age kind of thing, you know. I don't really know anything about it other than it's music, and I love music, so I'm hoping this one I will be continuing with. We'll see. The next one is Firebringer. The whole reason why I picked this up is because it sort of reminds me of Watership Down, which is about rabbits, you know, hares. But I loved Watership Down, and so I'm hoping this will be like another, you know, Watership Down type of story. It is quite long. Let's see how many pages it is. 491, so almost 500 pages. That's not, you know, crazy, but it's much longer than the other books that I have that I'm trying out today. So, no clue what this is about other than it is, you know, deer and stuff like that. So, And then the last one on my list to try today is Jennifer Murdley's Toad by Bruce Coville. This is part of the Magic Shop series. Each one of these are kids that encounter magic in this magic shop, and somehow their ordinary lives become extraordinary. The ones that I've read from the Magic Shop series, I keep reading them out of order, and this one's out of order as well. But they're really hilarious and funny. So this cover looks kind of hilarious. The girl on the cover just has this really funny grin on her face. So I'm hoping that this one will be really cute. Okay, let's get to reading. I'm back, and I have read the first bit of each of these, and I have made my decision. I read the first chapter of I Am Mordred up to page 14, and love it. Love it. There's a reason why I love this author. It starts out with Mordred is a little baby, and King Arthur puts him in this little boat and puts him out to sea to kill him. And it really starts out, Mordred is telling you his side of the story. So it's in first person, and he talks about this fisherwoman who raised him until he was 5 or 6 and saved his life and stuff. So that's as far as I've gotten, is the fisherwoman who saved his life. Definitely continuing with this one. All I did was read the first page of Jennifer Merdley's Toad because it hooked me from the very first sentence. Let's read the first sentence. If Jennifer Merdley hadn't been forced to wear her brother's underpants to school, the whole thing might never have happened. That's it. That's all I had to read. And my decision is made. I have to read this. Why in the name of all that is holy is she wearing her brother's underpants? I don't know. I have to find out. That's all I read. I just read the first sentence and made my decision. Okay. I did not finish the entire first chapter of Firebringer. I think it has sort of longer chapters, but I did get to page 25. And it's a little explainy at the beginning where it's just lots of setup. I think I must have met like 7 different characters, but I think I can keep them all straight. Most of the main ones anyway. It was when I got to the part of the prophecy that it really grabbed me. So there's this long poem, and it goes on to the next page, of a prophecy of, I'm assuming probably the deer on the front is the prophecy, the chosen one, right? And I love me a good chosen one prophecy trope. So that's the hook with this one. This is a definite yes. It is a little lengthy, and I feel like it's just going to be one of those big, epic, lots of stuff going on. But it's the prophecy. Haha. Love me a good prophecy. Good. The Mozart season, an absolute yes from this one. I only read to page 6, and the very first scene is she's having a music lesson, and her teacher is encouraging her to join this contest. And then you can see on the cover, it looks like she's going out onto a stage, There are these really wonderful descriptions of her teacher telling her different things to do with the music and play it the certain way. And he kind of gives her this little you know better than this, you're missing things in the music, and I know you know this. And that so reminds me of me. That is exactly the kind of teacher I am. I do that with my students all the time. You missed this in the music, and I know you know it's there. So what's going on? You need to focus here, So right away, I was like, this is wonderful. But at this point, I'm kind of identifying more with the teacher than I am with the main character. But I can remember when I was a kid, when I was a student. So I think I'll be able to relate with the main character as well, because I'll remember when I was a kid taking music lessons. And that leaves Under the Autumn Star, which I I don't even know. I read to like page 4 or 5, which that's the entire first chapter. The second chapter starts on page 6. So I was like, well, whatever. I read the first chapter. Okay. And it's a lot of flowery, poetic stuff. And the only thing that I could figure out that actually happened in the first chapter was an old woman bought some fish from some fishermen down on the wharf and haggled the price with them. And the rest of it was all of this flowery, description-y stuff. Just okay. And normally I would be like, ooh, I love me some good flowery, description-y stuff. Great. But then I was reading the actual synopsis, and apparently this guy falls in love with this other man's wife, and I was like, excuse me, no, that's not okay. So this is a no. So I have 4 lovely books that I'm excited to read, and one that is a definite not gonna read this one. Please leave me a comment and let me know if you've read any of these. Which one do you think I should dive into first? Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, and remember, the right book in the right hands at the right time can change the world.